This just in, Q's official statement on the Trump-Russia collusion investigation. Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome to Just Informed Talk. Here you can see our landing page. For those of you who are new, go ahead and come here and click the red subscribe button, and go ahead and click the bell if you want the notifications. But I always want to thank everybody who has subscribed so far. You guys are really what make this channel work, and it's us in the comments that really make this channel what it is. And I encourage every single person who is watching this video, I have to take a moment to say, go to the comments, read the comments, because that's where the meat and potatoes is. I'm just bringing you this as it comes to me, and I rely on the people in the comments to give me the information and for us to create a healthy dialogue, because I can do all my research, but only when we share the information together is when we're able to actually make it work for us collectively. So let's get right into Q posts. We can go ahead and look right here. This is where we left off last time. Now there's been a whole lot to it, so let's go through it. First Q post, quote, "There is no allegation in this indictment that any American was a knowing participant in this illegal activity," Rosenstein said. Quote, "There is no allegation in the indictment that the charged conduct altered the outcome of the 2016 election." Quote. So then Q puts future proves past. So then Q kind of gives us a statement here. And I think this is from an actual document, maybe an official court document, who knows. But it says, "In an effort to preserve the integrity of all U.S. elections as ordered by President of the United States, and after an extensive investigation in select counties, the sampling, quote-unquote, the DHS has concluded that while Russian entities, as outlined with Supreme Court Mueller's investigation, were complicit in attempting to undermine the presidential election of 2016, had no direct impact or bearing on the outcome of the presidential election, nor were any U.S. persons knowingly part of such an attempt to sabotage as it relates to the Russian investigation, U.S. and other foreign entities, as further described within DHS docket number whatever, XXXX. It says, acting outside of Russian agents did attempt on numerous occasions and were successful in interfering with the presidential election of 2016. Senate elections of XYZ X elections, whereby several million of illegal non-resident ballots, the irregularities were counted, while legal ballots were improperly tabulated and or intentionally mishandled. We believe these actions were a coordinated attack against democracy of our country. The DHS will be submitting a final report to the White House, Department of Justice, and other state and local agencies outlining our findings as early as March 2018. While this report only encompasses a sampling of 22 counties across the U.S., it is strongly suggested, based on the evidence provided, that a mandated countrywide investigation begin under the recommended U.S. 50 EIC guidelines as set forth in Section 7 of the final report. Furthermore, based on our immediate findings, we recommend the adoption of 8 E, F, G, H be made immediately to combat sources and methods currently being deployed. The remainder is left blank intentionally. Now, what is this pointing to? Well, we can break it down several different ways, but it's pretty simple. It's outlining the fact that there is all these indictments that dropped today on the Russians. They really don't mean anything if you look at them in context of what the investigation has found and what it was put out to find in the first place. If you connect the dots, you understand there are people who are bad actors, and obviously other foreign entities are going to try to manipulate our elections. That's why there has to be a nothing burger here that Mueller has to put up for somebody to get their ceremonial heads chopped off, I guess. But the reality is that there's much more deeper meaning to all of this. And this is basically like Q's official statement on the actual incident with this indictment. You know, it's good that they found out that there are people who are bad actors and they're Russians. But I mean, what's going to happen? Do you really think Putin's going to, extradite them? Do you really think that there's going to be justice served with 13 people being indicted and 3 companies being, brought into the investigation or indicted? You know, I don't mean to sound like a pessimist, but the reality is we only have one choice here, and that's to follow our guts. Now, here's a great picture. It's a Just Waiting PNG. If you can read that, it's Just Waiting. That's the file name. And it looks like him in Florida somewhere with the palm trees. So, obviously, that's something that's interesting. Maybe he's down there because Trump's heading to West Palm Beach. Maybe he's in that area. That could be a possibility. Now, this is fascinating here, and ANON posts this, and it's from a 1991 book, and the book is Behold the Pale Horse, and it's by Bill Cooper. And if you want to read this little section here, I'll blow it up for you guys so you can see it. But it says, the government encouraged the manufacture and importation of military firearms for the criminals to use. This is intended to foster a feeling of insecurity which would lead the American people to voluntarily disarm themselves by passing laws against firearms. Using drugs and hypnosis on mental patients in a process called Orion, the CIA inculcated the desire in these people to open fire on schoolyards and thus inflame the anti-gun lobby. This plan is well underway and so far is working perfectly. The middle class is begging the government to do away with the Second Amendment. So there you go. That's in and of itself crazy. Then the ANON goes on to write, Q, ANON's, I've been following these drops since day one, but this is the first time I'm hearing of this quote-unquote Behold a Pale Horse book, but from 1981 by Bill Cooper. It actually describes clowns planning to use school shootings as a way to disarm citizenry. This looks legit to me. Astonishing as the quotes are, what say you all? And then he gives the link to it. And here's the quote. It says, quote, Bill Cooper, the former United States Naval Intelligence briefing team member, reveals information that remains hidden from the public eye. This information has been kept in top secret government files since the 1940s. His audiences hear the truth unfold as he writes about the assassination of John F. Kennedy, the war on drugs, the secret government, and the UFOs. Bill is a lucid, rational, and powerful speaker whose intent is to inform and to empower his audience. Standing room only is normal. His presentation and information transcend partisan affiliations as he clearly addresses issues in a way that has a striking impact on listeners of all backgrounds and interests. He has spoken to many groups throughout the United States and has appeared regularly on many radio talk shows and on television. In 1988, Bill decided to talk to quote-unquote talk due to events that are then taking place worldwide. Events that he had seen plans for back in the early 1970s. Bill correctly predicted the lowering of the Iron Curtain, the fall of the Berlin Wall, and the invasion of Panama. All Bill's predictions were on record well before the events occurred. Bill is not a psychic. His information comes from top secret documents that he read while with the intelligence briefing team and from over 17 years of research. And then Q says, Big Q. Whew, that was a mouthful. But you guys can see right there what that is. Almost like direct evidence. So you want to do the research, we can look at who Bill Cooper is. This guy's crazy. Come to just read his Wikipedia page. It's crazy, these stories that they go through. And then you can go to all the links and do all the research yourself. I'll look for the comments. I will read the comments because that's where I get my information. Not predominantly, but we share it all together. And there's so many intelligent, smart people on this thread following this and writing about it that I'm just fortunate to be able to present this information to you. So It's truly a blessing, and we'll continue to share it. So just moving forward now, what you have here, it says clown agency is greater than no such agency. So maybe the CIA is bigger than the NSA right now. That's why you saw Admiral Rogers when he was up on Capitol Hill testifying, just kind of passively, he was kind of pacifying it. He says, RIP JFK, we will succeed. Pyramid will collapse. Think Shell Q. I'm not sure what this Think Shell thing is referring to. Maybe Royal Dutch Shell, the gas company. You know, it's kind of hard to tell, but I will go ahead and keep an eye on that for you. So, moving forward, let's look at this. This is crazy. Okay, so I've already made a video about this, but it says UK, stay alert, Q, and this is a traffic camera, and this is basically showing like a downtown London road, and it says NSA traffic camera. That's what Q labels it as, NSA traffic cam London. So there you go. That's on the horizon, and then it says warning underscore UK underscore London possible underscore possible underscore car underscore attack and underscore 24, maybe 24 hours. Strike underscore package B7 B-7V warning UK imminent chatter. X-ray 7 chatter is up. Looks like this is the chatter, and it says Q Delta. So it seems to me that we have a new sign off from Q. That's something to be looked at. Maybe this is Delta Force. They're giving us the heads up on their missions before they get into them, because they're actually actively fighting these people in the field, and this is kind of what it's all about. So I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. Again, I'm Craig, and I just want to thank you all for watching. If you guys want to come over here, you can go to Patreon, and all you gotta do is type Just Informed in the search bar, and when you do that, you're gonna pull up first and foremost right here, us. And then you want to go see us. And when you go to this page, you can check it out. I want to say thank you to all 12 patrons that we've gotten so far. And you have these goals that we're trying to hit, and you have rewards. And you guys come check it out, and you guys will be really fascinated and interested in that. But I just want to tell you and take a second to say God's grace is greater. And if we reach for the Lord and we trust in His power, and we trust in His name, and we trust in His glory, you know, we will be successful, and it's what's going to pull us together. It's what's going to help us defeat these globalist scum. So I'm Craig. This is Just Informed Talk. Have a good night. I'll bring it to you as it comes to me. God bless and Godspeed.